Blowing the whistle on a powerful organization like CCSD can come at a high personal cost to the whistleblower. But in this case, Chief Investigator Darcy Spears found out taxpayers may actually be paying the heaviest price when the district decides to dig in for a fight.
Basically what we wanted, including myself, was for them to look at it and fix the problem.
That's all Elena Rodriguez and fellow staffers wanted when they blew the whistle in 2012 on unethical behavior, school cameras being used for spying instead of security.
It just makes you feel like you just creeped out.
And no one in their right mind would believe that a principal was recording all those individuals.
Employees at the Academy for Individualized Study High School say their principal and others in school administration were watching and listening to everything they did and said at the specialized alternative education school. Rodriguez served as assistant principal at AIS in the 2010-2011 school year. Anita Wilbur was AIS's principal.
I counted about 25 cameras. She put 2 cameras per room, registrar's, counselor's office. We already had the 5 in the main office. She also put them in the special ed classroom, the computer lab.
There was even one hidden inside a plant in the principal's office, which we addressed with then district spokesperson Amanda Fulkerson.
Why did she need a hidden camera in the plant in her office?
That camera is pointed at the door of her office. It's absolutely there. And so
why hide it in a plant?
That's a good question. That's not one that I can answer.
Employees we spoke to say their concerns fell on deaf ears.
Well, it makes me believe that the word transparency doesn't have the same meaning for me that it does for the district, and the way accountability doesn't have the same meaning. I mean, I had to actually go to Channel 13 to get this information out.
Now, new leaders are paying the price for the district's past.
And thank God that we had a change in both the superintendent and the head of general counsel at the school district. And so they started looking at all these cases that have been going on. People like myself that really didn't want to sue the district. They really wanted just the district to fix the issue, and the issue wasn't fixed.
After she complained about the cameras at AIS, Rodriguez was demoted with a substantial pay cut. She filed a lawsuit about that and previous issues involving discrimination and retaliation by a supervisor when she raised concerns while working in the district's purchasing department.
People are giving, let's say, negative evaluations to kind of send a message to others. You know, you cannot become a whistleblower. You cannot say these things because we're going to come after you.
The district fought her in various courts for 6 years, but in late November, the Board of Trustees approved a $250,000 settlement. Add in their outside legal fees, and the total cost to taxpayers came to more than $700,000.
When they're willing to do that in the face of severe budget deficits, how do we weigh those two things and explain it in a way that makes sense to people?
So it doesn't really make sense to me.
From hidden cameras and whistleblower retaliation to bullying and sexual misconduct, CCSD legal settlements from 2017 to 2018 have cost taxpayers more than $8.1 million. From the victims of Jeremiah Mazzo, an elementary school teacher convicted of molesting students, to the parents of Haley Lamberth. They accuse the district of failing to deal with reported bullying that allegedly led to the 13-year-old's suicide. And there are other costly settlements with other whistleblowers to the tune of $1.4 million dating back to the early 90s. One teacher was retaliated against after criticizing an elementary school education program. Another claimed retaliation and termination after her complaints about an overcrowded classroom led to the school being written up for fire code violations.
Case after case after case, when we really look at it, there's enough evidence to see that the district chose to fight when they shouldn't have.
As part of the settlement agreement, Rodriguez retired January 11th after a nearly 30-year career. She remains optimistic that the tide is turning.
With some of these settlements, I see the light at the end of the tunnel, and hopefully the district is going in the right direction finally.
The money for all these settlements comes from the district's risk management claims budget. We've posted a list of the cases and their costs from 2015 to now on our website. Go to ktnv.com and click on this story. Darcy Spears, 13 Investigates.
Good morning.